It's been a while since I made a video. Um, Celeste told me not to make the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, I think I failed. Huh? It's kind of going to be the same thing again, kind of just stating differently again. I'm sorry, Celeste. Um, the paper I have here was a little insight that I realized. I was like, wow, would you look at that? And it makes complete sense to me. When I saw the paper, the official academic paper, I was a little bit confused is because they never explain why something happens. They just describe, and it's kind of frustrating, but you'll see here. Um, the paper was written by Hua Yang, Joshua M.R. Muir, and Feiwu Zhang. Says iron hydride in the Earth's inner core and its geophysical implications. Now, I'll link the paper to the bottom of this video, but I was reading and reading, and I was like, they never go over why there would be hydrogen combined with iron in this very center, the core regions of the Earth, the inner core. So basically what happened here is you have a measured and expected density in the inner core of the Earth. The inner core of the Earth is a big iron nickel ball, and there's the inner core of that inner core, and then there's the outer inner core. So you have the inner core, for the sake of this talk, there's the inner core and then the outer inner core. And what they found, what was expected actually through seismic measurements, what they had actually expected way back in the day was that the inner portions of that inner core would be dense, and then the outer inner core would be less dense, because if the heaviest element sunk to in the center of the Earth when the Earth was forming, then that should be the densest, and then it should be less dense as you go outwards. But what they actually found in the core of the Earth is that the very center is less dense than the outer core. And how is that possible? Shouldn't it be this area is more dense than this area because the heaviest element sunk there first? But no, what they found out is that this area is more dense, and then this area is light. Why is this light? And the hypothesis is made that the iron combines with the hydrogen and other light elements. How did that hydrogen combine with the iron in compounds like that? And then why is it the very center? Why wouldn't it be the outer core where that happened? And the explanation for that is that when Earth was forming inside of a gas giant, a lot of listeners know where I'm going with this, the hydrogen combined with the iron under extreme pressures, and the iron just dragged the hydrogen to the very center. And over time, it lost its ability to do that because the pressures weren't high enough, and it didn't have enough hydrogen in there because the hydrogen started escaping as well. And eventually, it was just the iron that sunk, or iron and nickel that sunk to the center of the Earth, and that material started collecting more and more. So the outer regions became made of more dense material than the very, very central regions. And we know that because of these measurements as well. The explanation that isn't provided in the academic paper is that Earth is the core remains of a very, very old star, and intermediate stages of star evolution are what allow for the inner core to be less dense than the outer. So this is what's actually measured, and this is what's expected. And I wrote a short paper here. The actual numbers are Earth's inner core is 9.9 to 12.2 grams per centimeter cubed, and the outer core's density is between 12.6 to 13 grams per centimeter cubed. That's a noticeable difference. And I wrote a short paper here in support of iron hydride and nickel hydride in Earth's inner core. But basically, that really sums that paper up. And yeah, it's easy to explain. I've noticed in a lot of academic papers they don't actually explain anything. I don't know why they don't explain things anymore. It's kind of strange. You think that science would be about explanation, but They don't want explanation anymore. They want description, and that just, it's weird. Like, if you're going to be paid to do your job, you should explain why something is occurring, not just describe stuff. All right, take it easy, y'all.